Hello, and welcome to a first look at Passant, a chess roguelike. This game is a chess roguelike, you know? Normally I do like a welcome to the game, here's a short description of the game. This game, it says it is what it is. It is what it says it is. This game is like it's gonna be billed, I'm sure, by a lot of people, myself included, because it's good for the analytics, as like a chess plus Balatro type of deal. And it is, in a sense, right? It follows the same framework of something you know, which is chess and chess pieces, but then there's a bunch of silly stuff mixed in. You get a bunch of different types of pieces that I've never heard of before. You get to move around your starting board. You get shops in the same way that Balatro has them. You get the same act progression of fight, fight, shop, fight, or fight, fight, shop, boss, right? All of that stuff. It's going to look very familiar. But overall, I think the game's really fun. It's a very interesting strategy game. I am pretty bad at chess. I've never really grinded super hard, but when I did play a little chess, I was probably like 1,000. I have a lot of trouble in chess with seeing covered squares, if that makes sense. Like, I have a lot of trouble conceptualizing what squares are under threat from the enemy, and it's mostly just like a me problem, right? I think this game is pretty good. You get a few undos, so you can just try some stuff out here and there. And most importantly, the game does have a chess AI built in, and you can adjust the difficulty. So if you're very bad at chess but you want to try to learn, you can even play on beginner. And I'm playing on normal, and I will be playing on normal for the time being, and then over time I might up the difficulty. But this is the first game in a long time where I've not been like, yeah, I feel like I need to play Grandmaster. I need to start on the highest difficulty because I will probably just get my ass beat. It is one of my flaws. Anyway, I don't know how much this game is. That's the only thing I can't tell you in this first look that I normally would like to. I can't tell you how much this game is because I didn't see it. I was sent this key early, and I'm recording this the day before the game goes live so that I can have the video up. Probably I will have this up as the game is going live. It's kind of nice to do. But anyway, I don't know how much this game is, but it is releasing on Steam today when you're hearing this video. I was sent a key early, and lastly, this game is solo dev'd, and I think self-published, which I am happy to support because I think this game has a lot of potential. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. I like it a decent bit. It's cool to try to take chess fundamentals because I took time learning chess a little while ago, and I sometimes watch some chess videos here and there. So it's cool to try to take those and apply them to a roguelike against like a chess AI, and you then watch it all explode. So let's just jump right in, shall we? Settings, of course. Here's your language rundown. What was this? English, German, the Chinese's, probably Russian, French, Spanish, and Portuguese are your language options. And like I showed you earlier, it goes from beginner up to Grandmaster AI difficulty. And this is just like how good is the AI at making moves. I think on normal, the AI is pretty exploitable, but we'll talk about it as we go. You can mess with the mouse controls, which I like a lot. It's a nice little piece of intel. I don't know what this means, disable move restrictions, but I turned off the background scan lines in case this is like upsetting to some people. You can see them here. They're pretty subtle. But I think some people don't like these. And then here's your graphics and your sound settings and all of that. All good. Nothing too exciting here. So let's just hop right in, shall we? And we'll run up a run. So there are, looks like 6, 7, 8 starting boards. I will probably just be playing the default, although I don't love this default. You get this one which lets you play atomic chess. This was also in the demo. This makes it so that whenever you take an enemy piece, your pieces explode, which is pretty fun. Dynamic moves without ending your turn, but cannot be taken directly. Okay. I mean, I'll let you explore these. I'm gonna play a more standard start, and then, oh, there are challenge levels here. Hard mode becomes more difficult as you progress, and then there are ways to unlock more challenges. Very cool. There's also scenarios, which you can play around with. I assume these are like challenge runs, and then you can also make your own custom. That's pretty cool too. Lots of cool stuff in this. A lot of customization. I did play a run of this just to make sure that I wouldn't totally embarrass myself, and so I will hopefully not totally embarrass myself. I'm not gonna feel like I need to jump right into higher difficulties or anything. So let's just get right into it, shall we? So here we are. This is the UI you're probably pretty familiar with. It's pretty straightforward, I would say, but it's You pick one of 3 fights here, and it's increasing in difficulty. The difficulty, I'm pretty sure, is just material amounts. And then on the left, we'll have a bunch of information. If I hover over a piece, I can see the way it moves. The, pawns can only move diagonally to take if you're unfamiliar. But we do start with a special piece. We get, with the starting deck, we get the courtesan. The courtesan is only able to move 1 square in any direction, but any piece adjacent to it cannot move. Any enemy piece, I should say. It basically locks everything in place. I have noticed that the AI does value this piece at the same level as it would value like a queen. And, oh yeah, you can see actually it shows you the value when you hover over. Value 4 for the king, 7 for the courtesan, pawns are worth 1. It's in the bottom left of the little piece indicator. But anyway, let's just hop right in, shall we? The other thing we have here is a coin. These are consumables and these are artifacts, and you can have up to 4. I'm going to take the challenging fight. I think we should be fine. The enemy has 2 pawns, a rook, and a knight. Or sorry, a king, rather. And my biggest thing, the only thing that I really think this game needs is I wish I could click on this to look at more in depth what these pieces are. Because I think it's a little tiny and hard to see. But you'll get used to it as you go on, I'm sure. Anyway, let's run it up, and we'll take the harder fight for more rewards. So, what's the goal? Well, the goal is to win, and then it shows you on the left what the victory conditions are. In this game, there are 4 ways to win. You can either put the king in checkmate, enemy king, that one's easy, right? And they can also put you in checkmate by taking your king. And at an extreme baseline, if you've never played chess before, you don't understand it, the king is the most important piece on the board. It can only move 1 tile in any direction, and if an enemy piece if an enemy piece is targeting your king, they can put it in check, which means that if you were to end your turn on the next turn, your king would be taken. Now in chess, it's illegal to end your turn and let your king be taken, so you have to move out of check, and if you have no way to move out of check, that is called checkmate, and you win. Very basics, right? And then I'll try to go over all the pieces because I don't want this video to be inaccessible if you've never played chess before. But there are other ways to win. You can also take all of the non-king pieces, which will probably be our strategy here. You can also check the enemy king 6 turns in a row, which is more of the late game strategy. Or you can have +7 on the score. Now score, I believe, is combined value. So actually, I don't know how it calculates score, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because what do they have? 9, 10, 11, what do I have? I have 8 pawns, which is 8, 15, 19. So it should be up. But I guess I don't know exactly what the score is. Anyway, let's just hop right in, shall we? So I'm going to go ahead and my general theory early game is to just kind of like pick the weak side and send pawns. Like I'm going to run up the side here because this rook can't really stop me. So I'm going to go ahead and run my pawns up, and presumably what they will do actually here is they will use their king to stop me. But I know a few chess fundamentals, right? We're up material here just as a baseline. And they're going to push in with their pawn, so I will take, and then I will take, and now it's just, oh yeah, and sometimes the AI in the early fights will just throw, right? Because what happens there is it sees rook for queen, or rook for courtesan, which is a positive trade, and it goes, oh, yeah, I'll take that, and then it sends in its rook and dies. I bet the score is value lost, right? Because you see how I'm ending at a -1 score? I bet that's because I went even on these trades and then it traded 4 for 7. That's probably how it works. So at the end of the fight, you'll get money, and then we go to the shop and we upgrade our board. Now, you can buy these badges, which are passives, like relics basically. You can buy single-use coins, which are one-off buffs, or they're like one-off uses, right? So this one right here that I have as a starter is the queen coin, which lets me promote any unit on my board to a queen and then end my turn, and that stays for the fight. But what do we have here? Immediately give a random piece on your setup board a special modifier, rainbow, ghostly, or golden. Kings and badge pieces are excluded. I would like to know what this does. Like, I don't know I know what golden does. I don't know what rainbow or ghostly does, but that's okay. Demote the selected unit to a pawn. You would use this on the enemy, of course. But then retreating pawns. Pawns can move backwards 1 step at a time. On round start, add $1 value to the sell price of all owned badges. Oh, that's kind of cool. Cook up the courtesan and sell it later. I don't think this game has econ. By the way, I don't think you can, like, I don't think there's any reason not to spend money. I might be wrong though, we'll save our money here anyway. But we can also buy some new pieces. So here's our first non-standard piece. So obviously you have the knight. If you've never seen chess before, there's the move pattern. However, we also have access to the camel, who has double the movement. I do think, like, it's basically a double knight. It goes twice as far. I think the camels are kind of terrible, but we'll take one. Now, it said you can't place this on your second row, but you can reorganize your pieces. And I think that is a big part of starting out in this game. It took me a few rounds before I started actually removing and changing my piece positioning. This looks like it's 4 bishops, which actually seems like it might destroy me. I don't know. Do you think I can take on 4 bishops? It's hard. It's definitely a little tough. I feel like they could just put me in check forever, very easily. I think I might get devastated. I'm gonna take the standard fight. I actually am kind of scared of quad bishops like that. Okay, so generally speaking, right, general chess theory that I understand is the best thing to do is control the center. Now that this is obviously not standard chess, right? But I have nowhere to start with this game, so I'm starting with something I know at a very basic level, which is like, yeah, just take pawns and put them in the middle. Don't know what else to do. And obviously this positioning is not 100% correct because these pawns aren't really protected, but they don't need to be because the enemy is down infinite material, right? So I can kind of just take, like, if I go 1 for 1 here, it's always a good trade for me. Even 2 for 1 is a pretty good trade for me. I'm gonna push some pawns forward. And I mean, if he wants to take this trade, which he shouldn't, the AI will probably not take this trade because the bishop is not worth as much as the camel. The camel's ranked at a 2. So what should we do? Like, what is the general strategy in the early game here? I'm not sure. I think we want to just try to take pieces, right? But I can't make this move. It would be bad. I want to make trades is what I want. So I probably want to do something like this and then kick his pawn out, right? Because we can do a double move. And again, I'll try to keep up with the, if you're not familiar with chess, pieces of advice. Pawns on the second rank can move 2 squares for their first move. They can move 1, but they can also move 2, which is why sometimes my pawns are moving 1 and sometimes they're moving 2. And I know that you've probably watched chess or played chess. You're probably familiar with chess. I imagine almost everyone is familiar with chess, but I don't want to assume in these videos. So I like to make sure that these are accessible for everyone. If you've never seen chess before, now you know. I know, you know, one of my friends, she's never played poker before. She has no idea any of the poker hands. And poker's not quite as pervasive as chess, of course. But, I still like to be courteous, Not everyone knows. Wow, he actually just ran it down. That's crazy. So you can see the courtesan special effect here. This bishop can no longer move. So this bishop is basically fried. I am shocked. Now the courtesan cannot take. Important to note. The courtesan is unable to take. So we can just walk this pawn up now, right? What are you doing? The AI has very little it can actually make as a move here. I kind of knew it would make this move. It wasn't my finest play. It's a little bit brute force, perhaps. Let's bring out the knight and maybe we just go in and kill this pawn and all of this, put him in check. I don't think I have to be, because I don't think there's a reason to be like super try-hard here, basically. I think we can do whatever we want, basically. And then if you've never seen this before, when your queen, or when a pawn makes it to the back rank, they promote to a queen, and a queen can move well, like this. You can see it in the upper left. But yeah, I kind of didn't expect them to just send it like that, and then I just take the knight and we win the game. Very nice. Yeah, the early game of this is pretty straightforward, I think, when you're starting out. It really opens up once you get further into the run, in my opinion. Start the match, record the lowest value piece you own and add it to your setup after the match ends. If there's space, bad units and kings cannot be cloned. That seems kind of cool. It would just give me more pawns initially, and you can sell pawns. They are not going to give you any money, they're just 0. But we could clean up all our pawns and then just start doubling camels, which sounds awful. Ghost badge? Your pieces have a 1/8 chance to become permanently ghostly. When taking ghostly pieces, leave a tombstone, which revives the piece if a king moves to that square. Oh, okay. I think this means, yeah, so when they leave a tombstone when taken. So if you lose a ghostly piece, it leaves a tombstone on the field, and then you can move your king to take the piece back and bring it up. That's cool. I think I'm gonna take the man. The man is like a pawn, but it can move any direction. Welcome to the team, man. And I'll take the archer as well. The archer is short range. It's like a bishop, but it only goes 2 squares. But it doesn't move when it takes. It shoots the enemy. I think both of these are good. I really think early game just slapping an archer in the middle of the board is an extremely strong play. It gives you so much control. So I'm probably gonna put the archer like here, and then I could have the man next to it holding down the middle of the board, which seems very good. You transform your lowest value piece on your setup board into a piece 1 to 3 values higher. Yo, let's do it. Oh, cool, we got a bishop. So we went from a value 1 pawn to a value 3 bishop. That's cool. So let's put the bishop here, and we'll just take the light squares as our game plan. Right? Bishops and archers, we can just hold the light squares and kind of lock it down. Here's our boss, first boss. When your pieces take, they become unstable. I know what this means. I think the game tells you when you first see it, but unstable means that when they take, they then have a 1 in 3 chance of being destroyed. So you have to be a little careful with being aggressive with your takes. We should be fine though. I don't think it's too bad. Because this guy, he just has a bunch of pawns, and we are... If we go 1 for 1, we'll always win, basically, is my feeling. Put our man up in the center. He's just taking on the dark squares. Man. I think what you're supposed to do is push forward 1 here and then just control all of this space, because now he can't push this pawn or else I take it. And what I was thinking I would do is just move... Oh, you know what else, actually? Hold on. No, because the knight's covering it. My thought was we could go here with the bishop and put him in check, but the knight's covering that square. If I were to put a bishop on this square, I actually could just take checkmate, right? Well, not quite, because he would be able to block with his knight. So it's not actually that good of a play. I should have done an audio check. I think the music might be a little too loud, actually. Let me pause and check and see if it's too loud so that if I know if I need to throw this video out. 1 sec. Okay. Sorry, it mutes when I tab out. I think it's fine, but I'm gonna turn it, like, I don't think I have to throw the video out. I'm gonna turn the music down just a touch, though. I'm actually gonna turn everything down just a touch. I prefer to be a little cautious on these and be, like, extra safe on the sound levels. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, I was about to run this camel out in the middle of nowhere. No, this is where it gets kind of weird, right? I think the best thing to do is probably just move out my courtesan and try to lock down a bunch of their pawns. The man is valued at the same as the knight. I think it is good to just take and free up some space here, basically. And we could do a move like this with our archer, which pressures his knight. And it's probably fine to go 1 for 1 here. But here's the thing, if I move my courtesan like this, I'm kind of going 2 for 1, because I'm also locking down his knight. These 2 pieces are now out of the game, and nothing, like, these pawns can never take the courtesan. So we are just kind of sitting now. I can pretty much do whatever I want, because all he has is pawns, and what is this guy going to do with a bunch of pawns? He's going to take it, I'm going to not do anything about it, actually. Alright, fair enough. I think I just walk up to the top here. Sure, I'll take another 1 for 1. And then as long as we keep these pawns linked, like, we just want to always go 1 for 1 here, right? Anything other than 1 for 1. Or rather, we don't even have to think about it too much, I should say. That's 1 check. I think I'll go here. I don't want to take, because now, yeah, you see that pawn was destroyed. That was the unstable debuff. But we are probably good to just go off here, you know? If he takes this pawn, I just make a queen, so I don't even care about that. Man, really? That's sad. Now, one thing about this is he can take my king can become unstable, I should say. And that is not good, because then you can just lose the game. I'm pretty sure anyway. I actually haven't lost by checkmate. I haven't lost, period, come to think of it. I did only play 1 run and win it. But yeah, I don't know how bad it is if your king is unstable. I was on the table today. The dragon bishop moves like a bishop, but also can move 1 tile. Oh, that's kind of cool. I do really like these men. What else do you have? You must make a move within 10 seconds of your turn starting. Receive $3 at round end if successful, -3 from your winnings if failed at any point. Oh god. First badge or coin sold. First piece, badge, or coin sold after completing a match can be sold for its full purchase price. There's a bunch of these, like, econ badges that I just don't care about. I imagine it's more for later on. I'm gonna take another man and I'm gonna take a rook. We're gonna just line up and send it. You can also freeze in the shop. I haven't been doing it, but you can freeze. I don't know, he's got a knight. All of these setups, I'm always checking because it feels like sometimes some of these setups look like you can just do turn 1 lethal, but it hasn't been the case yet. I'm always checking for turn 1 lethal though. So probably I want to just lead off by taking... A lot of times though, I think it's not even that good to take pawns early game because you want to leave them all stuck up. But we could just like infiltrate this rook on the side and kind of tear him apart over here is my thinking. And this would be... I wish I could look at the chessboard. I think that would be really nice because I need to be able to see this. I think you want to position it like here, and then we're going to just try kind of demolish these pawns and run them down. That's what I want to try. Because there's no protection for this side of the board right away, so I can just run this in and instant take this rook, which is really good. It's off to an extremely good start. Now, if I were better off, we could try to go for a bunch of checks here, but I am not in a position to go for a bunch of checks. I think going up material is quite good, and we are +3 score, which is great. So what do we want to do now? I think we just want to go take the center, send in our men, and go hold the middle of the board up, like so. This is a net positive trade for my opponent. It is worth thinking about. I think I'll just move in with my knight. It's like one downside of this is that they are getting value from taking my pieces, right? Because normally it's 1 for 1 on pawns, but this is actually quite a bit worse than 1 for 1 for me. Could do camel moves here. Take this, because I think this is check. Not that it's like great to put him in check here or anything, but it's not bad to put him in check. I think moving the enemy king off to one side does often lead to you just setting up a bunch of attacks, right? And just constantly putting pressure on. I don't know what to do now, though. Probably just push pawns towards him. I don't mind knight for knight here. I think it's a decent trade for me. Because I do think that we are aiming to go a little more... Really? Does he know? The AI might not know. The AI might not know that the archer just takes. I assume the AI knows, but yeah, I don't know. And of course, rook for courtesan is great because I am just going for a win by wiping the board here. He does put me in check here, which does cost me my archer. I could undo. I guess I may as well undo, right? Because I didn't see this and spot the fork. He gets my he gets my camel if I don't protect it. I don't think I care that much about that, to be honest with you. Where does he go? He goes here? So, oh, we could do this play. Look at this. And this is why I need undos, man. This is the full defensive play, though. Because it stops him from getting the fork and protects the camel. Dude, chess is so cool. I wish I was better at chess. Maybe this game will actually lock me into playing a bunch of chess. Who knows? I'm having a lot of fun. I really am enjoying it. We're gonna go ahead and push up our pawns here. We're closing in on just kind of being able to bludgeon the boss down here. Offer a little 1 for 1. Yeah, he has to move his knight back because I have a knight move to here coming. I don't have a way to just spam checks, which is my biggest problem. This piece is so hard to visualize, man. I don't know why. It's just one more. Could route to here. I can pressure his knight. I don't know if this is good or bad for me. I think I just need to, like, brute force my way out of here now. That's 1 check. This is check number 2. This is 3, 4, 5, and check 6. There you go. I had a feeling, and a lot of times you can just put 6 checks up in a row like that. It's not too hard. And probably easier than just killing off all his pawns. Discount of half off an unstable camel? No thanks. Special pieces are 5 times as likely to appear in the shop. That sounds cool. I am a little broke. Select a piece to gain half its value in money, then pass your turn. Could pay 3 to get 3. Whoa. I'll take an immediate transform. Turn a pawn into another bishop. Not bad. And my board is full. I think I should probably just save money and head on. Okay, so what's our strategy gonna be here today? Bishop, this is a pretty easy fight. I do feel like I should just keep slamming challengings, but maybe I'll go fight standard fight. Oh, interesting. This boss just takes a bunch of money away from me. We'll talk about it when we get there. I haven't ever skipped around. Actually, let's skip around and see what this gives you. Receive 1 pack, but skip straight to the boss. What does this do? Double your money up to a maximum of 20. Immediately gain $10. Increase the sell price of your current badges by 5. Well, I guess you just take $10. That's cool. So you just, instead of fighting for a round, you can get a bunch of money. Seems kind of good, like $10 instead of 6. Right, so what this boss's badge does is it turns all my, or 5 of my pieces to mercenaries. If they're on the board at the end of the round, these mercenaries will cost me $1. Which means we just go trade them off. It did hit all of my good pieces though, which is not ideal. I think I'm gonna send, we're not quite able to just spam checks here yet. And this is one of the things I think the AI kind of fucks up a lot. It probably should not take with the king there, right? It should just take with the bishop, because it makes it, and this is like because the difficulty is lower, I'm sure, but it makes its king a lot easier and more vulnerable to being threatened, right? I need to kill this pawn. I think I'll go take the center, and we just have this nice little archer positioning now. Could send in the nuke. Oh, this is just, no, it's not quite free. The knight's defending it. See, I'm getting better already, I feel like. Maybe I just need to play chess. I'm gonna go ahead and push up my, I didn't even, I'm getting better already, see? I barely even missed these things now. Didn't even see the bishop in the corner. The humble backline bishop. Does the game value archers higher than bishops? It does, so it will take this, which means I can just go ahead and make the trade. Because I'm happy to trade mercenary pieces off. And I just want to send this pawn up to its death. I must kill this pawn. Maybe I should send in my man. This isn't free, but we are pretty close to being able to make like 3-to-1 value trades. Honestly, I might just send in the courtesan. Because if nothing else, she's valued at 7, so they will make like not good trades to take the courtesan. Wait, I was thinking he's gonna go here, but he can't. I have a knight. That's not even a problem. Yeah, he moves his knight to defend me from, or stop me from taking here. I'm kind of down to just let her die, because I haven't even been using her much. And this frees up my mercenary pawn, which is pretty good, because I do want to get rid of this thing. Now I just have one more mercenary pawn to kill off. What else is there to do here? Because he's gonna take one of my pawns. I guess I just push and let him have that one. And again, I'm just trying to get rid of these mercenaries, it feels like. I should probably get this rook to a different position. Like, I should probably not have it start here to begin with. Ooh, see this? He's gonna move up and then I'm gonna take and then he's gonna take. That's a nice play. I should probably, oh, but it's like kind of awkward, isn't it? What do I do with this bishop? I guess I put it in the corner for now. Because if I go here, it's under threat. If I go here, it's under threat. So we do here and just take the trade. Pawn for pawn, no big deal. This move does nothing. Surely. In fact, I can just go drop my knight here. It looks like it does something, but this is a good trade for me because I want these mercenary pieces dead. I don't want to lose my money. I'm not trying to go broke. So I could have... Man, what the heck? I really would like to... Here, take this. And then I'll go pin your bishop. So right now, this is another chess concept for you. My opponent cannot move this bishop because it's pinned, meaning that if it were to move this bishop, I would then have check, right? But you can't be in check at the end of your turn, basically is the rule. That's all you gotta know here. Don't send out your man. All right, I need to go kill this pawn. So I need to like put it here and then hope they take it. Nice. Perfect. Does this man, does he promote if I send him up? Hold on. Looking into this. Do whatever you want, buddy. Hey, I was using that. All right. It probably says it on the piece, actually, if I hover over it. Let me see. $8, by the way. Very nice. Money coin returns the full value of a price instead of half. Rerolls in the shop now start at 0. Sure. I'm going to take these bishops. We're going to go ahead and drop. I'm going to sell this useless ass camel. I hate this guy. I'm going to sell a pawn and we'll just take 2 bishops. And I'm going to go ahead and sell another pawn for a rook. And I think what we'll do is we'll try to stack our rooks so that we can kind of just launch them in. We're getting to the point where we can potentially deliver like 6 checks right off the jump because we have double bishop, double rook, and that's 4 checks immediately. We actually have 4 bishops, so depending on the setup, we can maybe just start like round start victory. Enemy pieces unstable. In a match, anytime a friendly piece without a modifier is added to the board. I haven't actually been able to get any value out of this ever. I'm gonna grab another bishop. I'm actually a bishop main in chess. All of these fucking queen meta slaves, you know, I spit on them. I'm a bishop player through and through. I'm a purist. I'm a loyalist. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna launch in on their rooks on this one. I think is the very reasonable play. I'm just gonna immediately go like so. And you can't go here because he'll just move his rook to here, but it is a decent start, I would say, overall. Now, my opponent has a queen, which I think is quite scary, for sure. Something to be concerned about, no doubt. So let's consider what we're gonna do now. What are they gonna do now? They might move this queen in. I think I'm gonna go take the middle with my archer. It's been a pretty decent strategy so far. Go here, it's pretty good. Because now, if he ever moves this pawn, I take a rook for free. Conceptually, though, this archer move is actually really bad because it stops my ability. Like, I just can't fuck with my rooks now, right? They're trapped behind my archer. Not the greatest of plays. I kind of want to make something like... I can do this, right? Because he can't take with this pawn because of discovered check, so I can go here. Yeah, and he has to move forward, which gives me a free pawn if I want it. I don't know if I want it, is the problem. I actually feel like we're really close to checkmate. This might be like... let's follow the line, right? You go here, here. Oh wait, no, they have a queen here. Never mind. I was like, oh yeah, because we can stack up. We can stack up pretty closely though. Is the thing. I guess I just move in the man. Let him take this. This is mine now. Yeah, and now I do actually take some pretty crazy trades here, right? Because it's like this, and you're in check. You have to move something to defend, but this looks like a threat, but it's fake because you can't take my archer here. So that was one check, by the way. I am thinking I just take this free pawn. And they trade because that's how this game thinks it valid. Like, that's just a valuation problem. That play is the AI making a strange choice to me. Because it's like a 1-for-1, for sure. It's not even a 1-for-1. What the heck? Their queen is worth more. That is a very strange move from my opponent. Anyway, I take this. I go, I don't know. However you want to go about it now. He's super dead. look for maybe a checkmate in a move or two. I mean, if you want me to just repeat, I guess it's fine. There's gotta be a way to take a checkmate here, right? There's gotta be a good one. Give me a sec, let me cook. Because, like, I can move the rook. Is it just rook forward for mate? No, because he has the square. Discovered check. No mate. I guess, you know, I don't have to make this so complicated. Just bring up the other rook and go, like, here. But he has a rook defending. Alright, let me just do, like, I'm just gonna do by repetition, man, because I'm gonna embarrass myself if I keep at it. It's crazy that he has a move. Yeah, we could just do this. Fine. Because it's 6 checks in a row for consecutive check victory. Embarrassing that I can't find checkmate, though, I must say. Alright, what do you got for me? Trap card. When a friendly piece is taken, upgrade a random friendly piece by 1 to 2 value. That's cool. On round start, mark 1 square. If a friendly piece is moved to that square, upgrade it to a piece 3 to 4 value higher. Sure. There's the dragon bishop here as well I could have bought. Or another rook even isn't bad. What would I have to sell for a rook? I'd have to sell some bishops, which I'm not. I could sell. No, I can't sell the courtesan because she's from a badge. I should roll for free. You take a piece, cover the square it was occupying in poison. If a piece starts your turn on a poison square and you don't move it, it is destroyed at the end of your turn. Ghostly pieces are immune to poison. This seems bad. I guess it's like to block tiles off for the enemies. I love this fucking nerd neck ass horse. I don't know. Something about this design always kills me. My man's gotta stop texting, am I right, fellas? It's gonna be me when I look at my phone too much. Alright, this is a lot of rooks. I think we can kind of just play the same strategy we've been playing this whole time, though. The only thing I want to change is I kind of want to get this archer out of the way, because I do feel like I'm playing super aggressive. And so we want to just keep on the aggressive play. As you kind of want to do, right? It's not like you can really turtle in chess. Maybe you can. So any piece moving here goes up in value. What if I send the courtesan there? She's worth like 7. Anyway, I'm going to lead off with the free rook maneuver. I might be stupid. No, it's fine. It's fine. I did not plan for that, though. I think it just turned one of my pawns into an archer. I don't know how I feel about that. I could take with check, and then you have to take with your queen. It's not a bad trade, right? And then I just take a queen out of this. Every time they take one of my pieces, I get an upgraded piece. It's a little tough because it's just giving me a bunch of archers, which is not exactly what I want. So what do I need? I need 4 more checks. This would be 1, and then you would take, most likely. And then this would be 2. Yeah, let's go for it. 1, 2. Do I have a check that isn't killing my archer? That's the thing to look for, because this, and then I don't think I have a last move. Oh no, I do have lethal here. It's here, and then it's this one. There you go. Sometimes the rounds work like that, and it's just like super clean. I do feel like it will get harder if you play higher difficulties, right? Remember, I'm playing normal chess AI, base difficulty, no challenges. If you think this looks easy, I gotta ease myself into it. Archers are 3x as common? I don't know, man. Retreating pawns? I doubt it. Give me a transform. One of my pawns has become a man. On round start, mark 1 square. If a friendly piece is moved to that square, you can make another move. Has no effect of moving to the square. Has check. Okay. Place a cannon on your set upgrade. It moves like a rook and takes with an explosion, destroying all adjacent pieces. Except the king. After taking, the cannon moves 1 square backwards, destroying any piece in its path or falling off the board. This seems overpowered. Hold on, I'm selling my courtesan. You're done. I'm a cannon player now. Is value 12? Yeah, okay, this is absurd. Oh, it can't start in the front row. Got it. So could I just like sell a pawn and then move space here. Yeah, that seems right. And then I just shoot the nuclear missile straight at him. Interview with the vampire. Your opponent has a vampire piece, can move 2 squares in any direction, and becomes the piece it takes. Okay, well, clearly I just fucking nuke that thing, right? Clearly I just hit it with the cannon. Oh, I was like, where the hell is it? There it is. It says it moves like a rook, right? So I just fire the cannon. Wow. Cool. So it doesn't move, it just shoots like a cannonball and then kills itself if you're starting the round like that. That seems amazing. Because there's mate in 3. That was a slaughter. Wow. Nice gimmick. Unfortunately, I have loaded the cannonball and you are now dead. Goodbye. Football. When a piece with a modifier is taken, give a random adjacent friendly piece the modifier of the piece taken. I don't know about that one. Most selected unit to a pawn. I think I'll just stock up on long-term stuff. Queens are transformed into Amazons when the round starts, but also become unstable. I don't know what Amazons are. I've heard of them a little bit. Like, I've heard of the concept before, but I actually don't know what they do. And I don't have any queens also. Maybe enemy queens also transform, but I doubt it. Can you move this guy forward, I wonder, and then shoot the cannon? Perhaps. Let's try it out, I think. Because I'm going to take a shot at his triple men, because it is kind of crazy here. But if he just, like, moves one of these guys forward, it will kind of fuck me up. Can you move? Yeah, he does move his guy forward. Does this count as check, though? Yes. Why would you do this? This seems bad. I just kill that guy. And then I fire the cannon again. It's kind of fun to just fire the cannon, I won't lie to you. Please, enter the middle of the board. I dare you. But no, we should actually start looking for lethal. I think we can get it pretty quickly. You just kind of... I should probably move my cannon forward. I guess like this isn't terrible. Although, no, that is terrible because he could just move the man. Of course. That's the AI fucking up. Because like, I should have gotten caught for that. Hey. Go away. I wonder what happens if you get the cannon to this piece, or to this square. What if I just put him in check? 1 check. Now, if I shoot this, does he kill himself? No, he doesn't kill himself. He kills the piece he shoots. Which is a decent trade. I think this is I mean, look at this king positioning. This is a very clear, I just hit you with a bunch of consecutive checks and then you die. I shot the cannon, he blew open his front line, and then his king just kind of had nowhere to go. I feel like his king did have places to go, but that's okay. When taken, spawn a random piece with a value less than half of this one. Oh. Your king is a dragon king, meaning it can move as a queen? Bishops can promote to dragon bishops? This field promotion hasn't been good. We do have a bunch of bishops. I don't know if I really want to be playing for promotions with bishops, but we could always try. You know, it's pretty easy to do. I am, as you may or may not remember, I am a bishop main. I am a big fan of the bishop meta that we're currently living in. I did not enjoy the queen meta very much. I'm a big fan of bishops. I want to put my cannon so that it can shoot here. I feel like with initiative, you just take this and you shoot the cannon and you clear half of the board like that. Look at that. Is that not insane? I'm +8. It isn't like a pure victory because I do go up +8. I lose the cannon, right? If I could move forward, it would be a little bit better, but I don't have the time. I think you could designate a square here. You could just win every fight immediately. Alright, we're gonna take this. He's gonna... That's a man. I didn't realize that was a man. My bad. Hate when I think I have a good play and then their pawn just starts moving on me like that. It's always a shame. I think we could probably just deliver a bunch of checks with our bishops, actually. It's like, where can he even go? Yeah, he can't go anywhere. He can move his man in to try to stop it, but I can just deploy the cannon and then drop consecutive checks on the side, it looks like. This seems actually insanely powerful. Dragon pawns. Pawns promote the dragon kings. And so the reason that these are like slight... Wait, I don't actually understand. What's the difference between dragon king and just having a queen? Like, I get turning your... Oh, you know what? Probably because if you have 2 kings, you can't lose in this game. Like, they can just take your king, so you don't get put into check with dragon kings. I guess that's the idea. I think, anyway. And also, with dragon king, I guess you just can't ever be put in checkmate. Not that that's a real problem, but the end game where your king is also a queen, kinda good. I'm gonna roll for more bishops for my meta. Go long, Dad. Pieces placed on the 2nd row of your setup grid now spawn on the 3rd row? Is that good? I don't... archers. With a bunch of archers, I bet that would be kind of cool. Oh, immediately receive $2 for each cherry purchase this game, including this one. Number purchased so far 0. It's like a scaling thing. Oh, another new piece, by the way, the princess. She's like a knight. There's like 3 of these. There's the princess, there's the empress, and then I think that's actually all of it. Because like a queen is a bishop and a rook. The princess is a knight and a bishop. Is how you can think about it, right? Okay, I need to drop off. Do I not have any more pawns? Oh, I don't have any more pawns. Well, I'm gonna kill this knight then. Goodbye, my friend. Because I need to continue being able to fire the cannon. What is it? Ah, he's buffalo. Your opponent has a buffalo peach which moves like a knight and a camel, and it can be promoted into the Amazon. I got bad news for you. I think the prairie's about to go a little tough. I don't think there's an Amazon in your future. I do actually think we can just take this shot and then destroy with bishops, right? Is this not just the entire game plan? And then I just do my consecutive checks until he can't play anymore, like this. And then here is 4, 5. Yeah, that's the cannon into just blow through him. Pretty good. Pretty strong. I thought this sounded strong, but I didn't fully understand it. It is better than I thought it was going to be. During a match, whenever a piece receives a modifier, it gives it to 2 other pieces instead. Queen, I hate the queen meta, but I will say, I understand when it's right to become a queen player, and I guess today I'll be a queen player. Goodbye, man. Become queen. I understand this. Sometimes you have to become a meta player if you want to really make it anywhere in this world, and so I'll play the meta. I'll play a queen or 2. It's fine. I can also play guns. Pieces will be promoted to a piece 2 to 4 value higher when they take. This includes enemy pieces. I don't do a lot of taking. Now start, mark 1 square for friendly pieces. Move to that square. Receive a random coin if there is space. Okay. We're gonna head on. I think we're at the end of the run, basically. Your undo count is set to 0 at round start. Not a huge fan of that guy. I think we're gonna just... I actually think that the AI can't beat this strategy. I don't think there's anything they can do about me just blowing up half of the board and then sending my bishops at them. 1. 2. Oh, that's a checkmate. Damn. Again, I wish I could see the board. I didn't see this square being covered. Oh, I can see the board. Oh, there's a bishop in the corner. Cool. Very cool. I'm glad I can see the board. Add an additional king to your board. You can only be put into check or mate if 1 king is taken. Yeah, that's why you would do it with the dragon kings for pawns. I don't know, man. The bishop meta reigns supreme, I suppose. Hard force bishops every game. Knights can be promoted to princesses. Every 6 enemy pieces taken by explosion spawn a random friendly 3 to 5 value piece. Wait, I do actually explode them. But I don't know if I create enough of an explosion. Let's find out. Because I think I just shoot a... What the hell is that? They have a full board? They have 9 units? I'm being countered? I mean, I think there's no reason for me to take the challenging fight. I do feel a little bit of a coward. I feel like I'm a little bit of a coward for not taking it, but also why would I make the game harder? What'd you do? Oh, you took my... Well, anyway, I'm gonna go win the game now. If that's okay with you. My opponent. I think it's just this for checkmate, yeah. Just blow open the side and instantly checkmate. Wow. Very strong. I was worried that this game, because my initial impression was like, this game is good, but it's a lot of thinking in the end game. It is nice to actually just get like a crazy overpowered run. I was a little worried this game was gonna suffer in my eyes from not having like crazy powerful nonsense. This is crazy powerful nonsense. Yeah, I'm a bishop player. What of it? I only play bishop. No mistakes. I'm pretty sure it's like, there's nothing you can do about this, right? It feels like you have no play. I just blow up the side. Yeah, you send in your guy, see if I care. Here's... It's just this? Oh my god, he has a man! Whoa, get down, Mr. President! I didn't see that coming. It's okay, we can do this move for check. And then this move for check. And you can't move his queen because she's pinned. And then it's here for check, and then you take. But now, 2 more turns of check is all I need. So it's here, and then you have to take with your knight, and then it's here for lethal. That was actually kind of tight. Very cool. Oh, there's an endless mode. What do you know? That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna check that out because this video is already 51 minutes long. But yeah, this game is really cool. I really hope that this game performs well. I think the vibe is very nice. Everything about this game looks right. Like the animations, the music, the UI, everything's very good, and I like it. It's very fun. And it felt like there was a cool combo here that I found of like, oh, I just have a bunch of bishops and I blow up half your board. So now that you've seen the game, let's go look at some of the challenge ups, just in case you thought that was a little too easy, right? There is hard mode, which it doesn't actually say how, but this is how the game does Ascension, right? You can take as many of these as you want, and then there are other setups which you can play. The duck. Start with the slippery and push badges. Move a piece, it moves 1 extra square in the direction it was moving. If a piece does not occupy that cell, pieces can fall off the board in this mode. Okay. When you move without capturing, pieces next to where you land are pushed away if space allows. Pushed pieces can fall off the board. So there are like entirely different gameplay modes, right? Franz Ferdinand, place an Archduke on your setup grid as the moveset of an Amazon. If it's taken, fill the slots in ranks 1, 2, and 7 and 8 with friendly and enemy pawns. You just start World War II. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here. I'm really hoping this game performs well. I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope that the developer gets recognition for this one. It's a very fun concept. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.